Motley Crue. Interesting choice, my friend.
There's the proper choice behind me.
The hell is that a type of soft drink?
Tano?
What is that?
Does that say Tano? Bano? Thanos.
Oh, it's Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Thanos. The H is covered.
You guys, I have to educate you once more, do I?
Please,
No.
okay. Please just move on. So
No, actually, I'm kind of interested.
no,
Can you
okay. I like the
educate us?
colors. I'll just say I like the colors. Yeah, please educate
Hey.
on what a Tano or is it Tano? I don't even know how to
Tano?
pronounce it.
Fucking lame-o.
We're giving you an opportunity to tell us what Tano is. And
Oh, Ahsoka Tano.
Oh.
Of course. God damn it. I shot the bet on that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but I don't know why that's relative. Hey, did you guys do track and field growing up?
I did,
did.
yeah.
Yeah. I went to James and Jocelyn's first little mini meet that they had. And
Nice.
they both ran the 100 and 200.
Nice.
nice.
And no medals, no ribbons, no nothing. Like not even for like
No ribbons?
So they didn't run very well, is what you're saying.
They came in last place.
no, they both won both the 100 meter and the 200 meter. They both, but they
Nice.
there was nothing. Jocelyn's like, this was
Is this like
Such a
little
competitor.
athletics, like outside of school, or is this a school run event?
it's like it's a meet, so they're like one of 6 schools
Six,
there,
yeah.
and you race
Okay.
against other schools. Yeah, so I don't know what their next one is. The 400 meter and the 4x100 meter relay.
Nice.
Where is it?
Anyway, so
Where
that
is
was
it?
it was fun.
Where
It was, they were what's the name of the park? Do you know like 41st and between Fraser and Knight Street, there's like a diamond. I don't know how far you've taken 41st Ave.
By the churches, chicken. By the cemetery there. There's a cemetery there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. It's
Yeah.
it's a little bit further down. It's between
People are
sort
just
of
dying to
43rd
get in
and
there.
41st. But yeah,
that- is that-
you're
is
right.
that
I think
Killarney?
Fraser,
Is that
Fraser
Killarney?
41st is Church's Chicken. You're right.
Yeah.
So, but if you go a little bit further east, like
Okay.
they have a giant, I don't know, athletics thing there. They have a track.
okay.
They have ball diamonds. Actually, when you drive by, you usually see a big banner up for whatever the Canadian Little League team is. That one.
Mm,
You know, it's like home of the whatever. Anyways, so
Whatever.
just south of there, like on the north side, on 41st side is the ball diamonds. But if you go on the south side, they got like a track and shit. It's pretty fun. I got to go like zip there right after work. I missed both their 100 meter sprints. Kate taped them. That's weird to say taped. That's like old school. Whoa.
She held the video
My
up, the phone up.
yeah. Make sure when you
This
put it when you
taping
play it
is
back,
me.
make sure you have the tracking right. You press the tracking
Yeah.
button to get it right.
Yeah, I know. I usually get that wrong. But anyways, I made both their 200. It's fun because they're right there. So of course it's me. So when they come up and they're running, I'm about like halfway, maybe a third of the way in. Oh, just screaming right up.
You're jogging alongside where they're going their hardest.
No, I wasn't.
You
that
can
extreme,
do
but
it.
I was just like, let's go. I was like, go. I was yelling to like Jocelyn, and she's going by like, let's go, Joss, go. I was like, don't stop pumping, girl. Don't stop pumping. I was like, this energy came over me. It was so fun.
Hayden, what were your track and field events?
Can I guess? I feel like Hayden's a sprinter.
But he's
and
long and
I-
lanky.
Yes, I feel like he would have done like maybe a long jump.
Hmm.
I could see him doing that. And like a sprinting one.
You think he's a sprinter? Yeah, I feel like I guess,
But not
he's
maybe not
wiry
100 meter, maybe like
400.
like a 200 or because no, I could see him as a sprinter. He was a toothpick back in those days with that. But was he coordinated? I've never seen Hayden do sports, so I don't know if Hayden's coordinated.
You've never seen me do sports. I guess.
No,
I mean, I've never
like,
played
what
sports
would be
here,
a
so
time when we would see you play sports.
it's a very good question. It was a dumb question as soon as it came out of my mouth.
No, but then
You know what I have is you had the basketball hoop at your place. So,
Yeah, that's not
but I
even
remember
mine.
you just kept passing me the ball. He never shot Shao. He just
he was a
kept
rebounder.
passing
He was a rebounder.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get the photo of Justin dunking, and I did get that photo of him dunking.
That's
Nice.
right. You lowered the net for me.
Nice.
That was so kind.
No, because I was gonna guess at Hayden, because of your build, that you would do distance. Like tall, wiry people in my school did distance running. So a lot of people thought that I did distance, but I'm the worst. I can't. It's just so bad. But so I did a lot of sprints, and I did the jumping stuff, the long jump, triple
I
jump.
could see you doing the jumping. Oh, hello. Should turn that off.
So
So yeah,
What'd
before
you
you
do,
say,
Hayden?
I will say. So Justin said sprint, and maybe a couple of jumps here and there. I'll go the distance route.
so you're both right.
Okay.
He did it all.
I did it all. I started off as a cross country middle to long distance runner, so like the 1500, the 800, 400. And I also did the long jump, the high jump, because that was what was offered at our school. We didn't do hurdles or any of the other fancy athletics things because the school didn't have the equipment for it, obviously. But then because of sports,
Obviously, it's Australia.
obviously, like no pole vaults, no staple chase, no.
That's because
Did
you
you guys
crazy
do, like,
bastards were chasing the
shot put?
kangaroos with the poles.
Yeah.
They had to take them away.
Yeah, did you have shot put or discus?
It's not the javelin. That's the pole vault.
We had
actually the Australian. That's the Australian javelin. Is you pole vault over the bar, and then when you land, you javelin the.
you just throw it like a
It's
spear.
fine.
Yeah, you throw a boomerang.
Throw a boomerang. Yeah.
That's right. Well, obviously, obviously.
We did have shot put.
over there.
I did shot put in elementary school because it's just like, here's a weighted metal ball, get your strength up. But what I did was what I excelled in, and because of soccer, I was also a sprinter. So I transitioned out of long distance because I never had the patience for pacing. So I would always just go hell for leather straight away and then gas myself at the end and then be pissed that I didn't do as well as I wanted. So I just went into 200, 100s, relays, and yeah, that was for track and field. And then I did water sports too and all that. I got the sports award at my high school because I just did everything.
The sports.
What was your
award.
favorite? Don't say
Yeah.
soccer. Other than that, like school sport.
School
Like
sport.
a volleyball, a basketball, a swimming, a track.
Gymnastics.
I enjoyed playing
Just
badminton because I was in
So fun.
I was in the B team and we were better than the A team when we never really had to play them, and that was like the biggest like flex because they were like, we're so good. Had this like Pakistani guy that was insane, but I was long and gangly, so I just got to every shot, and it was just like it was great. College, so like 11 and 12, I was in the volleyball team and we trained with the Institute of Sport, so that was really cool to play with the Australian athletes.
I could see you. I'm tangled. I can see you doing volleyball.
Oh, we were dominant in volleyball. I think we were the state champs in it, and we were just a bunch of ragtag guys, which was what made it so good because it's just your buddies. You know when you get a group of players that you're friends with, and there's just that automatic dynamic. You don't have
The
to.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Chemistry. You can't teach that.
So we'd grown up together, so we were just like a whole bunch of 6'2", 6'3" guys. Just natural athletic ability.
Yeah. Badminton is fun. It's harder. It's
Alright.
kind of hard to play here, though. It's hard to book courts here.
I'm not even
Yeah,
seeing
who's usually got it filled up?
The Asians.
the city of Richmond.
It's very much who you know,
It's like,
too. I mean, I
You know
can't
when
even
you
book- I
camp
can't
out
even get
for
it.
like a movie tickets or a concert or something like that back in the day, and you had to like camp out for a release. It's like with them with badminton, man. Trying to get into a fucking badminton court on a Saturday at a community center. Jesus.
Yeah, there's
Good luck.
There's no chance. There's no chance.
Buy your own net and set it up in the
Table
park.
Yeah, and there's very
badminton
few,
was fun.
There's very few good courts here in Vancouver.
Do
slash
pickleball?
Richmond.
Have we had this conversation before?
We did when you had started playing it, and I'm like, I'd never heard of it until I came here, and now it's like the biggest growing sport with like young people. The old pickleball.
And a lot of older
people
too, because it's not as straining.
As
You gotta
like
watch
tennis.
out for them too, because I remember when I was playing with Kate, we were, this court. So we'd go to, you just hang your rackets up on the fence, and it's kind of like next rackets up. Who takes to the next court. So you play all sorts of people, and I remember we were going to play this woman, maybe parents' age, and
Describe her build.
have you ever seen
Bruce Jenner. I mean, what's her name?
Jabba the Hut.
Jabba.
the Hut? No.
Moves like
and
him
then
too.
I don't know if it was her mom, but it was like this old lady, right? Like fucking old. I remember kind of like walking up to Kay and being like, all right, let's take it easy. She was fucking lethal, man. Her serves, fucking so good. And then she just knew how to play the court and how to play doubles. And her contact was so good, and she knew how to put good spin on it and where to place it. Like she was just, it was like when I started playing squash against Kate's dad. Because I didn't really play much squash, but I played racquetball. And so when we got together with him, I think it was, early on in dating, I was like, oh yeah, go there. They're going to go to the gym. Do you want to go and you want to play squash with my dad? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll fucking wreck this old man,
First impressions? No. Let's beat him at squash.
Yeah,
I'm worthy of your daughter's love.
Got to show exactly, right? And man, he was just such a talented player. And I was, I relied on my agility and speed and coordination. And he just would have me running around the court, and he's just like, I'm just fucking sprinting. I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, so yeah, it's one of those sports that is great for all ages, like even kids, man, because you can start young and you can play old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either of you guys ever played
Hayden,
ping
you've
pong?
Never tried, right? You haven't tried pickleball, right, Hayden?
I haven't tried pickleball.
I've tried once and I loved it, but again, it's one of those things where, I mean, you can play outdoors if you find like a tennis court, but the lines are different, but you can still play. But if you want to play an actual court, it's also hard to book those now. Because you're right, it is a very popular and
that's what I like about where we go by where we live at this community center outside. It's just like converted tennis courts, man. If you go to like any community place that's got tennis courts, it's like they've all been converted to pickleball, and there's like one tennis court on the end, and it's never being used. But this one we go to, you can go any night, and it's, you can get a court, but it's Tuesdays is like the night where kind of it's planned. Everybody goes, and then you do the thing with the rackets. And you can either go as a solo and just get paired with somebody else who went as a solo, or you can go doubles, and it's a lot of fun. And it's like a 5-minute walk from our house.
Nice.
See, that's the one thing I disliked about Vancouver, the lack of tennis courts.
No.
Because, hear me out.
There's I'll tell you what, I when we lived downtown, Kate and I would go play tennis at Stanley Park. I do enjoy tennis.
There are nice courts there. But I feel like Vancouver as a city should have a circuit, like a tennis tournament coming through. Just because it is a big city, it's right on, it's close to the Seattle and whatnot. I feel like it would do well with the tennis circuit, but it only ever had like the Rogers Cup or the Davis Cup tie come through, and they built this like a stadium in a parking lot between freaking BC Place and Rogers Arena. And I was like, why not just have a designated, like...
That's where Cirque du Soleil sets up.
No, no, not even there. I mean, literally the parking lot across from Rogers. Like it's in between the SkyTrain and the highway. It's like,
Oh,
I'm just like, why not just have a designated tennis facility? But that's just me.
or
I
you could
thought,
use it at BC Place. Just build a temporary court inside BC Place.
yeah, surrounded by 50,000 fans. Yeah. Um, but I mean, one of my first jobs here was at a tennis center, and I was really excited to, like, when I first got my residency, and I was super excited to work there because I was like, sweet, tennis, they're going to be into the sport. Everyone's going to know the current rankings and the best players, and it's going to be all like fun. I got there and it was shit because all they cared about was money. They just wanted the most amount of members coming through and the most amount of people playing on the courts. I'm like, do you even follow tennis, or are you literally just... And it was at the Langley Event Center, like near where the Vancouver FC play. There's like a dome tennis court there. 2 courts out in the dome, and they literally just cared about money. I was like, fuck this place. Left it.
I was gonna say, do you know where you'll find full tennis courts? Is at clubs. I had to do some work at I don't know, was it Langara Country Club or no, it was in Richmond. Fuck, like way south off Steveston Highway, like way down south in Richmond. And they had 4 indoor and 2 outdoor in a dome, like you say. And they're just always full. And it was just fucking rich people that fucking roll in their fucking $100,000 cars and come
Out fully kitted out.
Or they have their young child there with like a fucking coach or whatever, a trainer. But those courts were always full. It's a money game.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not
it's
really a
definitely...
leisure thing. You don't really see too much leisure tennis.
Which sucks. Oh, well.
Oh my God, we're talking about fucking tennis and pickleball.
What about lawn bowls?
Fucking Minnesota Wild. We got to change. I'm so sorry for you guys listening. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, if you would like to play pickleball or tennis, write us and tell us why and where you like to play.
So, do you know what else had a uniform and an organization and was only for a select few people?
Watch this segue, Justin. Go ahead.
The Jedi Order.
Let's go.
Let's go. So last week, folks, that's the best I could come up with, going from tennis to tennis to this.
You know, it's nothing like tennis.
Using a lightsaber to take down bad dudes. You could swing it like a tennis racket. I'm sure if you're a tennis player, you could be a pretty good wannabe Jedi.
So.
Oh my God!
Show we're watching.
That's horrible.
Oh, geez. Okay, I was going on it, and then you decided to take over, and then just fell on your face.
When you said the so I'm like, don't do the last one.
Just stop talking. I'm going to continue on. So last week, ladies and gentlemen, we watched Maul. We watched Maul.
Well, at least we have our intro. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got our intro. Justin's failing for once. No, normally it's me making a snafu of things. So last week there, everybody, we watched...
I should have let you... I try to come in there and save your ass.
That was so good. That was so good. Okay, sorry. Hayden,
I didn't need no saving. I was on top of it. It was bad, but I had it in the bag. Anywho, so last week we watched Maul, Shadow Lord, and we were discussing all things Star Wars because it was May 4th week. And we thought, what would we do next? Now, Shao was coming over to the light side and started to enjoy Star Wars a little bit more. So he made a suggestion. I'm pretty sure it was off air, but he made a suggestion maybe to watch Ahsoka. For those of you that don't know what Ahsoka is, I'm holding a book because it's my brand. Always have the book. Actually, I had a funny story about this. So we decided to watch Ahsoka real quick before I go off on my story. We did the first 4 episodes of this 2003 Disney Plus series, starring Rosario Dawson in the title role. 2023, sorry. 2023. Yeah, it was 23 years ago. And season 2's coming up 23 years later. 2023. Justin, last week you also said you wanted to get James into more chapter book reading, and Star Wars might be a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
This one, if you liked Clone Wars, takes place just after Clone Wars. Like literally the first year after Order 66 takes place, where Ahsoka has left Anakin because she's on the run for murder, and she's hiding out on a farm planet, and basically what she's doing, and the creation of her lightsabers.
Wait. Oh, sorry. I'm not an actual timeout. Sorry. Did I miss at the beginning? Who's she murder?
She doesn't murder anybody. She gets framed for murder.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
She's it happens at the back end of Clone Wars, which you'll get to eventually. She gets framed for murder and goes on the run. Okay. And that story, it's a young adult one. It's not too long. It's like 300 pages. It's a good little story. It picks up teenage age, I guess, Ahsoka. Whereas the TV show is after the events of Return of the Jedi, sort of the same era as The Mandalorian. That's why, those characters cross paths in their shows. So, younger Ahsoka, it's a good little book. Inquisitors are in it. She fucks one up. It's great. Blows up his lightsaber in his face, kills him. Spoiler alert. Well, Justin's not going to read it, but James might. I mean, Justin, you might read it. It's good. There's more to it than that, but it's a good, easy one. If you like the character, if you like the show, it takes place straight after it, so it's in that same vein. Or there was another one I was going to talk to you about, but I thought, well, fittingly, this one is Ahsoka. The other one is a Princess Leia one, so I don't know if a teenage Princess Leia as well.
There seems to be a theme with these young adult books you're reading, Hayden.
They're to do with teens.
It's any better.
Well, yeah, you're not holding a cause. Okay.
Okay, I missed that because you guys both froze. So did you?
No. Oh, you're gonna love it on the phone.
And it didn't catch the audio either. So I got no idea what's happening.
I said there seems to be a theme with these young adult books that you're reading, and then your immediate response was a teenage Princess Leia as well. I was like, you're not making your case.
I didn't say it like that though. A teenage Princess
Leia.
Leia.
Hear me? And that it just sounded so creepy.
Well, Shao's got babies. I'll have teenagers, and you can have.
What is happening? What is happening?
You have old Jabba the Hut age people.
So we watched the.
Oh no, he asked about age of consent. He asked about age of consent of Devon. He's like, what's the age of consent on Maul's planet?
Oh, man. So derailed.
Oh, well, I got to pick up the scraps that Justin left me, and this is the best I've got.
I was asking.
So
we're going to
reset button. Okay.
Yeah,
here we go.
We did. Yeah. So we did after Maul, we decided that we wanted to do Ahsoka. It's funny because Hayden, you've seen it before. I didn't know how far, like if I'd finished, because I remember when it first came out. So when it and Shao hadn't seen it, so we decided we're gonna watch the first 4 episodes, and then we watched the second 4 next. Kind of talk about the 2 halves, and I don't know. Yeah, Maul, man, like we were talking last episode, it just got me excited for Star Wars again. It was really well done. Story was great. The effects were great. The lightsaber fights were great. Darth Vader was great. Like it was something did this. It's funny. So I don't know if I made it that far to stop watching. More likely, I didn't make it that far, and I had fallen asleep, and it had played all the way up until that point. But I kind of remembered the first couple episodes, but by episode 3 and 4, it felt new to me, anyways. And I don't know if like parts I remember, and well, even the parts I didn't remember, I enjoyed watching it. And I wonder if that's because of the time off I've had from Star Wars. You know, because like Mando came out and it was like, shit, like this was really good. And then it got me, you know, really kind of excited about Star Wars, what they're doing with some of the TV stuff. And then they had, you know, the Book of Boba Fett spinoff, which didn't hit for me. They had the Obi-Wan show with Theo McGregor, and then they had Skeleton Crew and Ahsoka Andor. So by the time I think I got to like Ahsoka, it was so saturated with Star Wars that I didn't connect with it. But this time around, and because we haven't really watched anything, I know we just watched Maul, but previous to that was the Skeleton Crew with Mr. Sexy himself. So I think maybe having seen Maul before this, I really enjoyed watching it this time. It was kind of a big knock on the live action stuff, and especially even the third trilogy that came out. And you notice a real big difference in it when you're watching the animated stuff is the lightsaber fights. Like in the second trilogy, the lightsaber fights were good. In the animated stuff, the lightsaber fights are epic, especially in Maul. And in this, it had moments of good lightsaber, but it still kind of fell into that old trap of there's going to be a lot of stopping where our sabers are hitting each other in front of our faces, and we're just kind of pushing against each other and just looking at each other fiercely, you know? So for me, some of those moments, I was like, man, I wish this was animated because this would be a lot cooler right now. But as far as the story goes, like it's interesting. I'm really interested to see what Spen I have a hard time saying her name, is doing, or like where her story's going to go and how Ahsoka's going to meet up with her and the general. But yeah, I've really been enjoying the first 4 episodes.
I just want to touch a little bit on what you said, and I think you mentioned this last time about. Was your question something to do with if we preferred, or if how Maul would have been if it was live action instead? I think you mentioned something like that last time, right?
Yeah.
And
Getting a second season in live action.
Yes.
Would you want that?
So I was gonna bring this up, but you kind of touched a lot on it. Is that Star Wars, especially the action sequences with stunts and everything, looks and feels better when it's animated to me. I think there's some moments in Ahsoka that the wire work is very obvious. When people kind of jump across screen, and I know I'm describing this, but when you jump across screen, you can kind of see their legs kind of still do a little bit of like a they're kind of swinging is what I'm trying to say.
Like a drag, they kind of drag behind them.
Yeah. So it does take me out a little bit, and you don't get that obviously with animated. And you know the especially like for instance the shot of Maul when I think it's the second last episode when they're fighting the 2 Inquisitors, that is it Maul that throws the lightsaber, and it kind of does like a boomerang thing. It does like a kind of like a it goes back to him, and then the camera is right there with his weapon and coming back. And I think those shots are just really tricky to do and won't look as cool if you do it in live action. And like I said, the fighting sequences, I agree with you, Justin. The fighting, not that it's bad, but I just remember watching Maul's fight sequences, and I was just glued to the screen the whole time. And then they have bam 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 bam, like the rhythm of it is really insane, I think. And just another hats off, kind of applause to the, I guess, whoever coordinated and designed those fight sequences in Maul. But I think it's really hard to beat with live action, for me anyway.
What I to go on more real quickly, I don't know if they did it for this last one, but they got Ray Park who was the martial arts guy that played the live action Maul. They body dotted him up, motion captured him to do the fight sequences for, I think it was the Clone Wars Maul fights. So at least that was a real person doing real movements. I don't know if they did it for the Shadow Lord. What I find interesting, and I agree with, like, the intensity of fights is different. But what's interesting is that Dave Filoni did Maul, and he also created Ahsoka and I don't know if he directed these first couple of episodes, but I appreciate the fact that he has done two vastly different styles of laser sword fighting, like lightsaber movements. Justin's like, you got it wrong. They call it a laser sword in the universe.
I know, but Hayden.
Lightsaber fight.
Because you wanted me to make that face.
No, I didn't. We were talking about sword fighting, so I called it a laser sword. But anyway, I appreciate that he's doing like the Yojimbo thing. Like, do you remember when Ahsoka was introduced in Mando and she had her own solo episode? And it was very stylized. It was very Kurosawa influenced cinematography. And I love the fact that he's made Ahsoka a samurai. She's a Ronin because she left the Jedi Order and she fights like a samurai as well. We even have that scene where she takes out the Inquisitor in episode 4, where she lightsaber up, and the Inquisitor's there and he's spinning his thing, and then she just fucking classic samurai single straight through the guts. You don't see it, but I appreciate the fact that it's two different styles of fighting. But I do get it. They like to do the dramatic close up. I'm struggling with this blade right here. Look.
Yeah.
And the light coming off the lightsaber, it's perfect. They're lit. It's just perfect.
Look at this key light.
Lit. So good.
I do like the fact
cinematographer on this.
Yeah. I like, and I hope, because I was like you, Justin. I watched it, but I think I was like half asleep watching the whole series. So a lot of this feels fresh watching it, not so tired. And so I instantly was like, Mandalorian with the Sabine character. She is Mandalorian, but she's also a Padawan, which I think is a really cool thing. Like, they sort of touched on that in Mando as well, where he got the Darksaber, but he didn't train in using a lightsaber at all. Whereas in this one, she has. And I was like, you've got a Jedi skill set, and the only race that is able to technically beat Jedi, because they developed armor and weapons to neutralize Jedi. That's what the Mandalorian stuff is. So it's like she's got the best of both worlds. But she hasn't quite utilized the two of them. She sort of does when she's doing that one-on-one and they figure out that she doesn't have any force powers. She starts using the Mandalorian technology. So there are little elements like that in the fighting that I think are cool, but it almost fell into the realm of the Rey character from the sequel trilogies, where she has zero like training and is all of a sudden able to, go toe to toe with Kylo Ren in lightsaber fights. I'm like, this person has like
Power
zero.
of the Force.
Yeah, power of the Force. But as what's his name? Hu Yang, the droid. Huyang, he's like, you have the lowest aptitude of any like Jedi Force, like,
so blunt.
Yeah, you've got like the worst chance of ever being able to utilize the Force.
This is so blunt, like an Asian parent.
Yeah.
Hu Yang, I love that and character.
He's good, or it's good. I don't know what you do.
That's a whole nother thing.
Robot,
Are droids sentient? Do they get gendered?
No.
No, there are no droid rights.
Pieces of metal and some fucking electricity shooting around.
But they have memories. Well, they've got feelings. They're programmed. And it depends. Like, if you look at...
If you program something, then that makes it...
Well, okay, you could argue right now, like, if you program an AI, it's going to learn how to feel. It won't initially, but it will learn what triggers itself to feel things, which is how a human works. A human figures out...
I don't think they don't feel.
Have you asked one? Have you spoken to one?
And data, take information and data and analyze that and spew out from its vast search of... everything that's ever been put online, and then spew out an answer that it thinks is most accurate.
Okay, what does the human brain do? It goes through its memory bank of everything that it's been taught and applies the appropriate emotion. It's the exact same principle.
Do you always apply the appropriate emotion?
No.
Because I sure as fuck don't.
No, but it does the same process and steps. I'm just saying, like, now, I mean, this was in a galaxy long time ago, far, far away.
No, far, far away.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So, but to have that level of technology, I mean, you can't tell me that... You can't tell me that droids like Chopper and R2-D2 don't have their own personal characteristics that make them unique and not just...
That's different.
Then what?
Feeling and having emotions. Having a different characteristic.
No, but it's human.
Classify as different. No.
It's to make them...
So I'll tell you this. If you ask people what makes humans different than other species or robots, whatever, every scientist will say it's consciousness.
That they're aware that they're a living being.
So I think that because otherwise, what is the biggest differentiator between us and other animals? Nothing. Like if we didn't have that ability,
language. I mean, animals have language.
Language for sure, and agriculture, understanding how to farm, and then technology and writing stuff down so we can learn and understanding science and math, right? Like that all stems from, I think, consciousness.
Okay. So, like the droid, what was the droid's name? The lieutenant, Two Boots in Maul. He was able to know. Yeah, he was able to know when it was time to like go to sleep, and he would shut himself down, and when to wake up, and when to go against
my computer. My laptop tells me when it needs to restart or update. So is my computer fucking sentient? I'm gonna just.
But I'm saying, like, all of the things that you've said, there have been instances of droids doing exactly what humans do. Because Two Boots as well was specifically programmed to follow orders. And he consciously made a choice to go against the Empire and rescue the sun. So somewhere in his programming, whoever programmed him maybe put a little bit of human in him. I don't know. They're not 100%, but there is somewhere along the line where I think you have to allow a droid to be recognized as an individual droid. It's not just following binary. There's a really good film, actually, called Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams, where he's a robot and he turns himself into a human.
I remember that poster. I don't think I've ever watched it. I remember the poster.
It's probably actually a terrible film, but from what I recall,
like
Robbie, no, because okay,
yeah, you've been quiet, Shao.
No,
I've been watching his facial experiment. Yeah, he's like, oh, Justin's points. Oh, Hayden's points.
It's just because I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to remember. For instance, R2 and C3PO. Oh my god. Yeah, because
you're getting better.
Thank you. The short good one and the gold one.
Yeah, that's what it used to be. What's the gold one again?
Because yeah, I mean, they can show emotion based on their tone of like, R2's beeps when he's sad, it goes downwards or whatever, right? He can show certain emotion and uh C3PO also is aware of hazardous things and say oh no or whatever. He knows that kind of stuff, but when it comes to like feeling, I can't, because I can't remember if there's instances where he does show like empathy or sympathy and stuff like that. I don't know if whoever
He's good at
programmed
showing
him now
anxiety.
that's his thing.
That's his thing.
Programming. So let me ask Shao, when you're driving in your self-driving fucking Tesla, that
It's a
thing
Leaf,
will
isn't
alert
it?
you, and if there's a hazard or somebody's in your lane or you just got a red, it knows there's a red light, can't go through a red light. So is that sentient? Does it
No,
can understand hazards? But I'm taking
No.
what you're saying and
See, I maybe
Yeah,
used the
no,
wrong
because
word saying sentient.
no, because it's
you said it. You said
That's
it.
what I mean. I maybe used the wrong word. I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
because the way that C3PO and R2 react is very situational in terms of where they are in the moment, right? I mean, if you're doing it as a car, yeah, in the moment it can detect hazards, but it also can't see or read that I'm angry or sad or whatever, if that makes any sense. Whereas those droids can. And if you talk back to it and if you talk back angry to it, then they'll react and respond accordingly. I'm not there. I'm not in a, I'm very Hayden in this.
I was gonna say you're drawing a fence.
on the fence, on the fence.
So at the end of the day, it's not as black and white as I think for me, but I wouldn't feel the same way about a droid dying versus a human dying. You know what I mean? Like
This is true.
Make another one.
That said, they haven't really ever gone into it much that I can recall, but there are also androids in the Star Wars universe. So there are, I mean, Maul is half android, but his brain
I want
isn't.
to know what that show is.
That's called Blade Runner. You know. But and then there's not. I mean, the book I'm currently reading, the main antagonist was a human, and he upgraded himself to basically being a robot. He still has his brain, but his eyes, his ears, everything is robotic, so that he can be the most efficient thing ever. And everything gets downloaded onto a computer and shit. So
It still needs a brain.
still had a brain. But I'm just saying, like, I wonder if, because we haven't seen androids, are androids kind of like, the sergeant from Ghost in the Shell, where she's android but was a human at one point. But whatever, I'm digressing here a little bit too much. I just think some of the droids are definitely not just computer programs. I mean, it's funny, like
Bold prediction.
you look
Hot
at,
take.
well, here's a hot take, and everybody says this. Chopper from Ahsoka, Hera's little droid, he has the highest kill count in all of Star Wars. He just massacres people with, I mean, who knows if he enjoys it, because you can't understand him. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can definitely understand that he's swearing or cussing, which is also swearing, folks. I just ran out of words.
Any other synonyms for swearing?
Swearing, cussing. I'm getting more annoyed with that microphone. But Chopper obviously goes about killing with no. He either likes it or he doesn't. That would be interesting to figure out. Yo, Chopper, how many people you killed today?
The Chopper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
Boom.
one of the thing some people might say is like a human flaw or a weakness is that we tend to give inanimate objects. You get very attached to things, quite easily. I mean, all this talk about a droid, we can get attached to these characters, and when the droid kind of have the flickering eyes and the light goes out, we feel sad that a droid just died.
Just is like,
Right.
nah,
Just
no
me.
emotion.
But you know, like a kid with a teddy bear or something like that. If you lose, it's we get attached to these things that are why.
I gotta tell you,
Human.
nobody ever tells you when you go into parenthood. Honestly, one of the most difficult things you have to do is console and pretend like you give a shit about something that you just want to be like.
That means the world to your kid.
It means the world to your kid for exactly what you explain, and you're like, who fucking cares? But you gotta be there and be like, oh, that's I'm sorry.
Have you had any funerals for broken toys?
So sorry. No, but I've apologized a million times because of how sad and sorry I am that they're going through this experience.
It's a good thing you went through acting school.
Yeah, that's what my training is used for.
Yeah.
Let's remember.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
It's so hard, Shao.
I thought you were going to rope it back into the show, but
I'm just picturing how you would do it to like Jawsy or something like that.
Just
Or, you know,
ham
what
it
I mean?
up. Just ham it up, man. Start crying with them. Just fucking let it go.
Oh,
you got to be
man.
careful, though. You might catch yourself actually caring.
Justin, I don't know about that. No.
I get in this conversation a lot with my friend about not caring, and he thinks I just like say it or I do it to razz him, but like honestly, like there's so much like I think it's I don't think I was always this way, but like there's just so much stuff now that like I just don't care about. Like,
So why waste energy on things that you don't need to worry about? So let me focus on the things that I care about, and that's it.
I because it kicked off, and I don't know why I'm even bringing this up, but somebody had messaged me about a family member who had passed away, who I didn't know, is like distance, and it was sent in this group, and everybody's like, "Oh, like I'm so sorry," blah blah, and I struggled, and I couldn't say that because I just felt guilty about lying. And so I was saying to my friend, he's like, just say it. Like, who cares? I was like, you don't understand. I can't. Like, it feels weird because I don't, or people say like things, and I know, and I was getting his argument, you just do it. It's whatever. It's just what you do. But for some reason, I just really struggled with pretending to care about something or like saying I was sorry, like, because I was just like, anyways, because yeah, exactly like you say, and we got into that talk like, oh, is somebody to them, and it's like it was like so many people die a day, and that aren't old and have had a great long life. You know, like, why am I to care about this one? That was very dark.
Well, I was going to rope it back. So you're very droid-like in that aspect, you know?
I am.
You're just like, on to my next master. Who's going to buy me? Which Jawa's going to sell me to the next family?
It wasn't my parents. I would feel sad and crushed if I lost one of my parents, for sure.
Yeah, I understand, though. It's like you have no emotional connection to this person.
And especially
So
when
it's
it's
like,
yeah, they were 94 and, you know,
that's a good innings.
died in their sleep with their family around them.
I say
and
the best
had
way
a
to go.
Glorious life. Like, I'm just like, yeah, awesome. That's incredible. What a great life. I hope I have a life and go out the same way. You know? That's what I'm going to start saying, actually. Oh, that's just fucking incredible. I'm so happy.
That's what I tend to do.
Life.
I don't want to get sad and, you know, depressy when someone passes away. I look at what they achieved in their life and how old they were, and I'm like, man, they did some good shit and they lived a long life. That's amazing.
Celebrate it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a celebration versus a yeah, flip it around like that. There's no segue into what
I
we
derailed.
were
I'm
talking
sorry.
about.
No, technically
No,
there
this
is.
is what it's about. This is what this pod is about. You know, we explore some deep shit sometimes.
Well, there I've got a segue for you.
All right, let's
Here we
go.
go. Okay. Set it up.
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
It is a tragic. I mean, I'm not one to. I have yet to. Well, actually, that's a lie. You know how some people can get a little, not a little. Fuck, I'm messing it up myself. It's going great.
He sounds like me. This
Yeah.
like I sound like
You've passed it through the screen onto me. How people can get affected by celebrity death when they have no connection whatsoever to this person other than the art they've created. There's an actor in Ahsoka who passed away after the show was completed, and that was Ray Stevenson, the guy that was playing Balin Skull, the Sith master. So he literally did the whole series, and it said at the end of the first episode for our friend Ray, you know, that character's coming back in the second season, and I forget who they have cast in his role, but that's going to be an interesting one because to replace an act and his character in these first 4 episodes, I am very impressed with his presence as I'm going to call him a Sith. He has a red blade. He's not a Jedi. He is a Sith. I mean, he was a Jedi and and I mean, Ahsoka even says it. She's like, I don't know who you are. Like, Anakin never mentioned you. So, who are you? He's just some old Jedi that decided to switch sides after he realized the Empire was, going to win.
But gonna win but the Jedi. Never mind. This is in between episode 3 and episode 4.
The movies or the show?
Movies.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was after Return of the Jedi, not.
This is after Return of the Jedi.
What? No, how could it be?
Because the Empire has fallen. That's why she goes to the New Republic shipping yards and they're dismantling Star Destroyers and they get the hyperspace drive.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Yes. So, yeah. That's what I mean. After Return of the Jedi, why would he think the Empire is going to win?
No idea. Because
they just destroyed the Empire. They killed Palpatine and they killed Vader.
This is why his character is interesting. Maybe he's into witchcraft and likes the Night Sisters, Maybe he's got a thing for witches. And he's like, you know what? I still feel like there's more. If he's power driven, the dark side is all about power and fear. It's not about, balance and spirituality like the light side. So if he wants power, he's like, you know what? Yeah, we just won, but I still think that I can do better fucking shit up. So anyway, his character is very good, and it's going to be interesting to see who fills those boots in season 2.
How did he die?
In real life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He didn't die in the show, did he? Did I miss that?
Well, you said, how does he die? I didn't know if you were referring to how does the character die? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think he does.
How did he die?
How did he die? Well, if you time out for a second, Hayden, and I'll look this up and I'll speak like I know straight away.
No,
we're not going to do that.
I'm looking at, okay. I didn't know if you had anything to say because, you've been...
Always.
Except at the start of the show when it was most important. You had nothing to say.
I just really want to, because it's been in the top of my head for a long time, or in my head a long time, is that, okay, so what do you call the race that is Ahsoka? What is her race called?
Targaryens.
Game of Thrones. Hang on. I used to know this off the top of my head.
Wait, are you?
You were close.
You could have. You could have sold me if you didn't look away and laugh, because I would have believed you 100%.
I didn't look away and laugh. I don't know what you're talking about.
Togruta.
Goodness sneeze. That's why I said
Targaryens, you said?
Taruta. No, I said Taruta.
Togruta.
Play it back. Okay.
Play it back.
This is not an issue, and nor this is not this is a big issue at all. Is that when I'm watching the live version, the live action, yeah, you can see the texture of whatever they call the thing that's on their head. I don't know if there are names for it. I really don't know, but it looks like a headpiece. Is that it's not a headpiece, right? It's part of their
It's part of them.
Is it a headpiece?
No, it's part
of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because I don't know. It just to me, maybe it's just that race in general. It just looks like Rosario Dawson put on a headpiece and painted her face.
It does, but there's stray lures in the way it's just part of the species.
Right. And is it Hera? Not Hera, it's Hera, right? The green one. Is she also that species because she has the thingy, or is it completely different because she's green?
Because she's green. She's a Twi'lek. She's different.
Oh, of course. I love that movie with Jacob. I'm Team Jacob all the way, by the way.
Not Twilight. Twi'lek. With an apostrophe in the middle.
Of course.
So if you remember in Jabba's palace, there was the lady that gets fed to the Rancor.
Yes.
Same species. Same species, yeah.
Yeah. Are there male Twi'leks?
There are.
Are there?
No.
They're in. I thought they were. Are there not any in Clone Wars?
No, they just reproduce. It's a female-only species.
Asexual, like Godzilla.
Hello. I like that. See, I'm learning a lot of these lores.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the head talon thingies are androgynous zones. Or did I just make that shit up? I don't know.
I just made up the whole asexual thing.
Wait, so you don't know for a fact that there are no males?
I've never seen one.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
No, actually, you know who is a male one? Again, Jabba's palace with the big Jabba no Wanga.
Oh, yeah. But he's not green.
They're different colors. They got like red, green, blue. Just kind of like the Dath, like Maul species has different colors too.
Like the human species, we have different colors. Now, I warned these guys before that when I watched.
Justin's like, nah, there's only one, and it's not. What color is it?
Color.
Justin's like, there's only one, and there's only one that's superior. And then, so I would warn these guys that when I'm watching.
I mean, Palpatine is a white male. I'm just saying.
And look what happens to him.
I did warn these guys that when I enter this Star Wars universe, I'm gonna have a lot of stupid questions that don't have to do with the actual show we're watching.
It has nothing to do with the show.
No,
what are
but
the name of those things that hang off her head?
Yeah, but it's just like I need to
Leku.
learn more about it to engulf myself in this world, so I care more about it. You know what I mean? So that's why I asked this question. Anyways, Hayden, have you done?
It's a good question. Yeah, Hayden, did you find it?
Which one? His death?
The original. Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna hate it, but no known cause.
Oh, you know what?
It was on his birthday at least. It was on his birthday. That made it somewhat.
Yeah, when you said you're gonna hate it, my instant thought was, there's no way anything he's gonna say is that I'm gonna hate. Like, what is he talking about? But then when you said it, you were 100% right. That pissed me off. No known cause.
No known cause.
A famous actor. Yeah.
On the set of a film, so
yeah, he died on the film set.
On set, I believe it was said.
Well, it's got to be a heart attack or a stroke. What do you mean no known cause?
Well, it says He died at the age of 58, 4 days shy of his 59th birthday. Although cause of death is unknown, he was reportedly hospitalized while working on an action film. So it might have been one of those instances where coroner's report wasn't released to the public, TMZ didn't get their grubby paws on it, who knows. Family didn't want to disclose. Most likely a heart attack or an aneurysm, who knows. Something unknown. Sometimes happens.
Harvey, you're better than this.
Harvey?
From TMZ.
Oh, I thought you did like Harvey Weinstein. I'm like, dude's in jail. He ain't got nothing to do with this. Plus, it's a man, you know.
I'm thinking Harvey Dent. But,
He would do pretty good.
yeah.
So, to bring it back, because I think we're up against it for time here. Thank you, Hayden, for looking into that. That was a complete waste of time.
I told you it was going to be.
Not your fault.
He did say he was also going to cut that out, and we made him not. So
Yeah.
It's very true.
yeah, that's on us. We'll give you that one.
It is. Yeah, we got to eat this one, Shao. This is on us. Yeah. So, okay, we did the first 4 episodes of Ahsoka. We're gonna do the next 4. Don't know if you guys listening have watched it or not. If you're into Star Wars, it's definitely. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's bad. I wouldn't say it's, one of my favorites. It's a good watch. I'm excited to see how it ends, though. I will admit that. Like, it is good in the sense that I want to keep watching it. Some really interesting storylines have developed, and I'm curious to see how all these different Star Wars shows are going to play in the overall future of the Star Wars universe, because you can see that they are building something here, kind of like what Marvel did.
Before we sign out here, Hayden, I know that you kind of looked a little bit into. I just want to touch base on. There's recent news / rumors about how Disney is planning or thinking about, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hayden, kind of making the last 3 trilogies kind of like
Obsolete
and not part of the story. Is that the kind of deal that I've been seeing on Instagram?
Funnily enough, the first I heard of it was the stuff you sent to me. So, Justin, what's been rumoring around is that Disney is introducing all of these TV shows as a way of rewriting where the Star Wars franchise is going to kind of retcon episodes 7, 8, and 9. So they're just going to wipe them out of existence.
Concentrate on the time between it.
To then reintroduce a new 7, 8, 9.
Line.
To say that one took place on an alternative timeline, which in itself just seems like a big slap in the face to the fans. I mean, I know a lot of the fans don't like it and they'd probably eat it up. But I'm like, what a waste of time would it be to have done that?
Not just a waste of time, but I think I don't know if that's interesting. This is the first time hearing about it. Although Disney did release their streaming numbers for May the 4th, and none
of them made
one of the new trilogy made it in the top 10. So there is that. But as I was also reading this article, and this is what it makes me think of. It would almost, and like you say, it'd be kind of a shame, it'd be a waste of time. But I think also too, they weren't terrible. I mean, I don't know how you guys felt, but when Force Awakens came out, I was so excited because I was just so ready for Star Wars to be back, and I couldn't fucking believe it. They actually, like, Disney has it, and they're gonna make a new fucking trilogy. Like, I was so excited, and I liked Force Awakens. I know it's very similar to A New Hope. It's like you almost seen it before. You got to destroy the Death Star, except this time it's a planet. So there's a lot of similarities, but it was good to have Star Wars back, and I know there's a lot of hype and expectation around it, and that's tough to begin with. Anyway, so then they finished the trilogy, and I know they had successful shows after, and the trilogy's kind of like, I wouldn't call it a huge success by any means, although it did make a lot of money. But if they were to do that, then like the fact, because this article I was reading was how the second trilogy, episodes 1, 2, 3, have kind of had this resurgence and this new sort of appreciation for them from fans. So like I wonder if that's like something that would happen potentially with 7, 8, 9 is, you know, everybody's all excited and hyped. It wasn't what they wanted it to be, or they didn't even know what they wanted it to be, but you know what I mean? It didn't live up to that. So I wonder if years down the road, they'll be looked back on and be like, oh, these were valuable or good for this reason. But I know like 1, 2, 3 holds more significance in the story of what the original trilogy was, like learning about Anakin and how he went to the dark side and the Jedi Council and all this, because that's alluded to in the original trilogy, and this is now the 7, 8, 9G is like the story didn't necessarily need to go on. We didn't need to have Palpatine survive. We didn't need to have, you know, Han Solo's son. Like this is all irrelevant. So I can see why people are upset about it. But to rewrite it would, it would make sense to me. It would be a shame. I mean, I'm glad they're going to take it. If that is the case, they're going to take it in a different direction because, yeah, I'm kind of done with that storyline. Let's see some other stuff. But yeah, to completely erase it seems a bit far-sighted to me.
I would be very, very quickly. There's a couple of ways they could do it if they did. I would like to see them see, to your point, and it's the very valid one, and it's what I agree with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 follows the chosen one from kid to death. Anakin Skywalker. He is the story. So if you were going to do 7, 8, 9, you have to do something with Luke as your main person and have something spiritual connection. As we saw on episode 4 of Ahsoka, Midway Point, World Between Worlds, Ahsoka meets Anakin. That is also actually a script that Adam Driver had about bringing back Kylo Ren. That's a whole other thing to talk about. It got quashed and thrown out, but anyway, I can bring that up next week. You would have to follow Luke's eventual starting of the new Jedi Order and then moving on to new characters. They resigned that original family to background characters in the sequel, which I think is what kind of put people on the, negative of it. And then you just go and throw the name on Rey's character who has nothing. It's like, well, you can't just throw the name on. So if they were going to do it, Mark Hamill's still young enough to play an old Luke and to do that. And even as we've seen in Mandalorian, you can do the de-aging technology and use him to do something like that. I think also that too much time had elapsed. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things, but to kind of just wipe it off the face, no. I think if they were to do it, do a 10, 11, 12, but you'd have to find some way to connect it back to Anakin, which would be almost impossible because he's dead. He's gone. He's nothing. He's a Force ghost, which you could play around with. I mean, as we saw, Luke Skywalker Force ghost and beat Kylo Ren as a ghost. So there are ways to do it. There's a whole kind of thing. But that rumor is a little, I don't know where it's come from, and they did some good stuff. The characters, if were fleshed out better, would have been great. I would have loved to have seen a stormtrooper turned into a Jedi, which is what Finn was being, you saw him doing that, and then they just took it away, and they were like, no. I would have loved it if Rey was Obi-Wan's daughter. If he had an affair with the Duchess from Clone Wars, Obi-Wan had a love interest, which is why he and Anakin were the same. They both
Duchess, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Do you like them, teens?
Oh, I'm bringing it back to your intro.
Duchess Satine. Her name is Satine. It's But he was the same. He was the same as Anakin, in that they were against they fell in love. I would have loved it if Rey was an like a Kenobi. I would have loved that, but they decided to make her a clone baby. Anyway, thanks for making us digress one more time, Shao.
Yeah.
No, these are good. That's actually sparked some really good conversation. So we do appreciate it, Shao. But we got to get on out of here, people. If you haven't watched it, watch Ahsoka. Come join us next week. If you have watched it, watch 5, 6, 7, 8 again. Get refreshed. And yes, Shao, I actually did talk to Hayden about some of these Star Wars books. So that's I appreciate the suggestions. Keep them coming in. But fine, folks, we got to get on out of here. So don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen. And until next week, keep on
Thumbin.
Thumbin.